Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
Maury.
Oh, boy.
Maury.
DJ.
You are not the father.
You got it.
Maury's here, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
I saw you on the train the other day. Was that really you, Maury? They took a picture of you
You
on the
know
train.
something? It went viral.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
You really were on a train?
I go on the train.
Really?
I went to the Barclays Center to see the Nets and the Pelicans play.
Okay.
And so I'm coming home by myself.
By yourself on the train?
Yeah.
Okay.
And somebody snapped a pic. And the next thing I know, they put it on Facebook or something. It went viral.
Yeah, I don't understand why people act like millionaires can't ride the train.
First of all, I live on the Upper West Side.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to the Barclays Center. I
Traffic
can take
was
the
crazy.
B all the way there. It's like 25 minutes.
25 minutes?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, yeah, you
it's,
better off in a car service if it take
No,
that
car service
long.
would have took at least an hour 40.
Really?
Yes.
it's unbelievable. You got to cross bridges or tunnels. I mean, come on. And so,
But you was by yourself?
yeah,
No security, nothing?
I don't do that.
Okay,
You
Maury.
don't ever
By the way, I have security on the show.
That's what I'm saying. You're never afraid that somebody who wasn't the father is going to see you
I
and
wanna
get
tell you-
upset?
I want to tell you something. I'm on television every single day, all over the country, just like you, all over the country.
Mhm.
If I go 25, 30 minutes on a train and nobody recognizes me, I'm in trouble.
That was a problem.
So did they recognize you that ride?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
somebody went, take a pic. I didn't know they were taking it. And then there are a lot of selfies and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to go out in order to feel good.
Right.
More, you still need validation from people?
Oh, gosh, Charlamagne, don't we all?
Gee, I would hope I don't at 80. If I was 80 and as successful as you,
You had to bring that up.
I'm
huh?
just saying.
You had to bring that
And
up.
you went by yourself? The Nets only gave you one ticket, Maury?
No,
They couldn't give
I
you
met
two?
some people
okay,
there.
I was about to say.
I met people there.
Okay.
But I sat in a nice seat. By the way, it's a nice place to go to watch a game.
Oh, I love the
Barclays is
Barclays.
very nice.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a good place, you know. I tell you, they're more competitive than the team on this side of the river.
That is true.
You know what's so funny though? They probably see you on the train and don't believe it's you. They're like,
They
oh, that guy
They
looks
go-
like Maury. I don't
I
think
tell
it's
you,
Maury.
what happens is they look at me and they look at you. It's like you probably. They look at you strange and they go, "Are you?" And they point their finger. Are you? I go, "Really? You just don't look like it." Nope, that's him. Can you say you are not the father?
Oh my God.
They ask you to say that all
Do
the
you
time.
ever say?
yeah.
Do you ever
Do you
say
do
no? I'm not Maury. I'm Jerry Springer.
No, I do not say that. I do not say that. I do say sometimes I say I'm that guy some of the days of the week.
Yeah,
Do you do that,
sometimes.
though? Do you say, I'm not the father? Do you do that for people to know?
Oh yeah. Oh, they want to write. They want me to write it. Give an autograph. Say you're dear Ken. You are not the father.
Oh, my God. I mean, those 5 words have made you a lot of money, though, Maury. I mean, you got a game now.
That's right.
You are not the father.
It's an adult board game.
How does that
It's
work?
coming out November 27th on Amazon. This is the thing. It's like I don't know if you know that game, Cards Against Humanity or something like that. And it's it's an adult board game. There's a few beers in there and stuff like that. But the key is you have to find the wildest excuse that people give for not being the father. In other words, I fell off the jungle gym when I was a kid, and I damaged a certain part, and I
Your
can't
penis.
have I can't have any kids. Or that's too white to be my baby, or all that stuff. Or the woman is saying that is your child because it has the same crooked toes that you do.
Damn.
And so the key is the wildest, craziest reasons. By the way, all of them have been on the show. All the quotes have been on the show.
Got you.
And so the wildest quote gets you more points. And the key is not to end up with a card that you are the father.
So this is fictional then. I thought it was actually like DNA swabs
Oh,
inside
no.
of it. I didn't know.
Oh, no. We're doing all
Who's
of that.
this on the front?
Yeah, who is that? That's a guy in
It's an old
it's
picture.
a touched up Photoshop guy.
So what made you do this game?
I didn't. They wanted to do it. A company
Really?
called us up, said we got this idea for this adult board game. So
Let's
you
play
know,
a little bit.
All right.
Okay, setting the stage. All players.
Oh no, you don't want to do
That's
that.
not how
Just
you do-
open the cards and see all.
I got the
crazy.
cards. I got the cards here.
Open the cards and see what all the crazy quotes are. That's the key.
All right.
I
so
mean,
I got to shuffle these.
no, you just
Just pick one.
Yeah, pick a-
Okay. So now what do I do?
Read something you don't know
That
how
baby
to do.
even has your same hairstyle.
Right.
No, because that baby actually has real hair. You don't envy. You have hair plugs. So I doubt that's your
Maury, can you
child.
tell him my hair is real? I try to tell him my. Why are you looking like that? Maury, it's real. You know what? Forget it,
Of
Maury.
course it's
Maury knows
real.
the toupee when he sees one. Maury, when you start
Well,
getting
I'm gonna
hair
tell you
plugs?
something.
What?
There are some great toupees.
This is
out
real.
there.
That's
Maury.
one of them.
I know.
This
Is that
is
right?
Real. You
There
know
are
what?
some great toupees.
Maury, pull this right back.
I asked your barber too, bro. I asked Johnny.
I'll tell you
Johnny-
one. I'll tell you one great toupee. No, that's real.
No, it's not, Maury.
Maury, yes, it is.
Okay, so
Maury, people think your show is real.
let me tell you.
So how could?
It's as real as it gets. Trust me. It's a piece of the American fabric. Come on.
It is.
I'll tell you a great toupee. You ever watch football on TV?
Yeah.
All the time.
You know who Greg Gumbel is?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Full toupee.
Greg Gumbel, really?
Let me see.
Oh boy, I hope I didn't blow it up.
Greg Gumbel? He got like the little afro, right?
Let me look.
I've known Greg
Greg?
a long time.
Greg Gumbel.
That's Brian's brother.
Oh
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah,
Correct.
yeah,
Yeah, Greg is Brian's
yeah,
brother.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
I never thought that was a toupee.
Now
I
look at it
I just
now.
thought it was like a little afro. I thought he had little curls.
He did one time.
No.
Wow.
We worked together in
the
Chicago
little curl on
many
the
years
forehead.
ago.
So you started to see his hairline recede, or what happened?
I
Started going
think
bald,
so. Yeah, I think so.
and he just comes in with a full head of hair one day.
I want to tell you something. I hope I'm right. Because if I'm wrong, Greg is the nicest guy in the world. I hope I'm wrong.
I know a guy I work with. Same thing, receding hairline,
goodness.
Yeah.
bald head, and just came in with a full head of hair one day and
Sure.
started fooling people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is not. I let my hair grow.
Why are you protesting?
Come on.
I'm talking about you.
Okay, you're right.
DJ, really?
Now, you're on season 22 now, right?
Yeah. And another 7 before that with the Maury Povich show. And now they tell me, the researchers say I'm the longest run. It's like you. I'm the longest running daytime talk show host in history.
Well, congratulations.
No, it ain't like us. Urban radio.
Urban,
yeah.
yeah. Urban,
Longest in New York, I think, 9 years.
I would think so.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah.
they eat people like you up. Don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. So how do you feel, man? Because every time
Feel good.
when I mentioned age, you was like, don't remind me. And then when you said 22, you was like, 22 years.
Terrible. But, there was Clint Eastwood years ago. They asked him, because he's well in his 80s, and they said, how do you do it? How do you do it? He says, I don't let the old man in. So I just don't want to see any old man. I don't want to let him in.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't have no friends your age?
No, I don't mean that. I mean the real old man. The man upstairs.
Oh, God. But you don't have no choice over that. When God is ready to call you, he going to call you.
Oh, really?
That's what I've always heard.
Well, I'll argue.
How do you stay so youthful, though, Maury, man?
I don't know. I got a young wife. She's only 7-8 years younger than me.
Well, do you eat healthy at all? Or-
I don't.
Okay.
I mean, I don't.
Who gives a fuck? You're 80.
I
You
know.
made it this
I
long.
mean,
I'm going to switch up now.
But you got this. So
I take everybody worries about the cholesterol, so I take those statins, and so,
Yeah.
it is what it is. NBC wants me to keep going. I mean, so I'm going. And I tell you, you really pay attention to the election, don't you?
Absolutely.
It's a big time thing.
It is, man. I mean, I'm more afraid than anything, though, because I don't know if democracy as we know it is still the same. In fact, I know it's not. So, when we keep telling everybody to go out there and vote next
Right.
year, it's like, what about the Russian interference? They're trying to pass election security bills. Mitch McConnell is blocking them. Like, I just want to make sure things are on the up and up. I don't feel like they are.
The problem is what we don't know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You just don't know. You go on social media. Who the hell knows who's on there? I mean, I'm confused. I figured this is why I'm confused. Bloomberg has the money.
Mm-hmm.
Trump lies about the money.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth Warren wants to take my money,
Yeah.
and Andrew Yang wants to give me money.
Yeah.
So I'm confused.
Yeah. Who do you lean towards in those situations?
I don't know. I mean, I just hope that whoever gets the Democratic nomination can can win.
Yeah.
That's all. That's. I mean, I would think that if you're not for Trump, I'd say that has to be the one thing uppermost in your mind.
Yeah.
Get somebody who can win. If you're not for Trump.
Right.
I love talking to guys like you because you've been around for so long. Is
Right.
this the worst?
It is the
Nothing
worst.
wrong with it.
Nothing.
I pray I live to be 80. Is this the worst presidency you've ever seen?
Yes.
Wow.
This is the worst.
Worse than Nixon and
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Because Nixon and I was in the news business then, and I covered Watergate, and I knew how, evil he was to the people he did not like. But this is the worst presidency because I've never seen. They are so disorganized in terms of running the country that I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Mhm.
And what I don't get is that a significant number of people don't recognize that.
Yeah.
They don't recognize it.
Yeah. I
I
think
mean,
I think it's for a while because people weren't acting like it was a problem. Like you had the Democrats kind of acting like this was normal and just business as usual.
Right.
Now they're acting like it's a actual problem.
Right. And but the disrespect that people have for each other, not only in politics but just generally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's mean and ugly out there.
It is.
It's really ugly. And if you go around and say, if you're not for me, you're a terrible person. That's not the way we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I see. When I used to cover it, believe it or not, Republicans and Democrats used to go out and used to socialize together. And they used to, if there was a huge issue, there would be some kind of compromise and accommodation.
They'll deal with it.
And nobody's doing that anymore.
No.
Do you regret voting for Trump?
I didn't vote for Trump.
I'm just trying to trick you up. That's all.
No, I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't. But I'll tell you this: I had to go kicking and screaming to vote for her.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan.
Of Hillary?
No,
Why not?
Who'd you like?
because I mean, I hate to say this, but I believe she enabled her husband to do, to get away with some crap.
You mean like the sexual
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah,
Mm.
and I quite frankly, I would have liked to have seen her divorce him, and then I would have had more respect for her. Because it wasn't just one intern. Come on.
Well, let me play white devil's advocate for a second.
Okay.
She's a wife. She caught
Yes.
her man cheating.
No question.
If she chose to stay,
Correct.
she has that right too.
Absolutely.
That doesn't make her a weak person because she
Nope.
didn't divorce him.
Nope. I agree. I agree with all of that. It's just that my feeling was there's a history there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a history there. She ignored that history. And some people would like to say that she tied herself to him for her own political
So
purposes.
she can do this later on. So you believe this was a plan for her to run?
There
for
is no
presidency?
question in my mind.
So you think infidelity is a deal breaker all the time?
No.
Why in that
Not at all.
situation?
Because I think it was long-standing, and I think she enabled him to continue.
So you heard about this before? This was nothing.
No.
No. Mhm.
No.
Have
And,
you-
and I think most people who covered him way back when he was governor and such.
Have you cheated ever in your marriage?
Not my wife says I haven't. So
Wow. What she don't know won't hurt her, huh,
There you
Mark?
go.
No, I don't. Look, I've been married 35 years. I got the best wife in the world. You know what my wife
Don't
would
try
say?
to clean it up now.
No.
Mark.
You know what my wife would say? If she caught me cheating, you know what she would say?
What?
I'm just going to get even.
Whoa.
Whoa.
How's that attitude?
Wow.
Key word, you said if she caught you cheating. Key word is getting caught.
No.
You've never gotten caught, clearly.
No, look, I have a very loving relationship with my wife, and I would never do anything to embarrass her.
There you go.
There you go.
That's how I feel.
Yep.
I'm with you 100%.
I mean, I know about you. You got a great family, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it took me a while. I mean, listen, it took me a while to really, really, really start appreciating
Sure.
my woman. Because we've been together
Absolutely.
23 years. You know what I'm saying? So you take a lot of things for granted.
Right.
You
And
know?
I had a first marriage and it didn't work out.
Mhm.
And it was a long marriage, about 15 years, and then I had 7 or 8 years of being single. And my wife and I dated for a lot of those years, but we weren't. What do you call it? Exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
She said that I used to date people I couldn't remember the first names of. And she said, and I said, "You all you did was date those Hollywood stars."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, so finally I asked her to get married. She says, "I don't want to get married." And then she asked me to get married, and I said, "I don't want to get married." And then finally she called me up after about 7 or 8 years of dating and said, "We can get married." I said, "Why?" She says, "Because I found a dress."
Wow. Was that any pressure, though? Because, I mean, Connie Chung was a star in her own right.
Yeah.
So I'm sure she did.
I was Mr. Chung forever.
Yeah,
I still
yeah.
consider myself Mr. Chung.
Do you get upset when you see other, like, celebrities she may have dated? You like, I don't like him.
Believe it or not, a couple of them ended up being friends of mine.
Really?
And yeah, while I was dating her. And, I'll tell you a couple. I mean,
Like who?
she dated Glenn Fry from the Eagles.
Okay.
Okay.
She dated this guy who's just about dated. You couldn't possibly, if a woman couldn't get into the state of California without dating Warren Beatty. So she
Oh, man. Warren, an old player. Old player. That's Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got that right.
Yeah. Is it hard for you to watch his movies?
No, I mean, once in a while, I think they still talk on the phone, and that's
No,
fine.
no. That has to stop
No,
now.
but he's been
Nobody
happily
named Dick
married.
Tracy's calling my wife.
He's been
Boy.
happily married to Annette Bening for years. They have 4 kids or something.
Okay.
I love Bulworth. That's one of my favorite movies. by
Oh,
the
you
way.
like that?
Oh,
It was a good
man.
one, wasn't it?
It's amazing, and it's actually
Accurate.
It's accurate, and that's what Democrats need to do now because they're all still – they don't understand that the language of politics is dead. That's what Bulworth understood in that movie. The language of politics is dead. Let me speak like the people for the people.
No question.
Yeah.
And by the way, I believe that's how Trump got elected.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
He was not speaking the language of politics. That's a fact. Whether he was telling the truth or not.
All those people,
Yeah.
and by the way, still do.
Yeah.
But I always thought that the tweets would get old. Are they getting old or
No.
not?
They should. People
They
should
should be,
stop
but
worrying
they're
about the tweets and worry more about the legislation he's actually passing that's fucking us over. I don't care about racist language and stuff like that. Like, I'm over that. I care about what he's actually doing in the White House that's affecting America every day.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the tweets would get old, but apparently, they say the people who count that stuff say there are less retweets or
really?
less likes or less whatever than there used to be. I don't know.
As an 80-year-old, do you think age should matter when you're running for president? When you look at Elizabeth
I
Warren,
want to tell you,
Biden, Sanders.
Unfortunately, I don't think Sanders shows his age, verbally.
He just had a heart attack.
I know, but I don't think he shows his age. I mean, unfortunately, I think Biden is beginning to show his age.
Yeah.
I think so. And he may be the best candidate.
Mhm.
I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but I think he's showing his age. I'll tell you one thing. If Bloomberg really runs, he will not show his age. And he's 76 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Wow.
He will not show his age.
Can you help it, though? When your age shows up, it shows up.
I'll put it to you this way. I could not. There is no, and I've never felt fatigued in my life. There is no way I could run for president at my age. No way.
Yeah.
It's just too
Too
grueling.
much. All the traveling.
Too
yeah.
grueling.
What do
Yeah.
you think about Bloomberg running? You're in New York. What do you think about Bloomberg jumping into the race?
Believe it or not, I like him a lot.
Really? Why?
Because I think he's sensible.
Really? A billionaire?
He's sensible. I really do believe he's sensible. And I understand I wasn't in favor of stop and frisk and stuff like that. But I thought he ran the city pretty well. I think he ran the city pretty well.
Mm.
And to me, if you can run New York, you can run the country.
Not true. I'm from South Carolina. Totally different ball game. You know what I'm saying? Like the way New York is set up, the way New Yorkers even deal with each other as human beings. That's not the way we move in rural areas.
You
like
don't
South
think
Carolina.
so?
No, absolutely not.
Well, okay. Wait a minute. Okay, you got so many different ethnic groups in this city.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think Staten Island is somewhat like rural Ohio?
I've never been in rural Ohio.
Staten
I don't
Island
know.
ain't like no Ohio.
Huh? You don't think so?
No.
I know that New York ain't nothing like down south. You know what I mean? Like those people that Donald Trump could energize in like the Midwest and the South, they don't really exist here in New York like that. Maybe in Jersey.
Wait a second. If you were
I'm sure
still living in
Long
South,
Island.
if you still were living in South Carolina, he wouldn't energize you.
No, not me. But I'm saying the people down there
If you were,
that are
that's
from
where you
those
came
areas.
from.
Yeah, but I mean, it's even the difference between white and black in those areas. You know what I mean? Like growing up, my first white friend, his name was Thomas. We were just poor. But as you get older and you start to learn the differences and people start to instill those things in you like racism and like bigotry and having pride for something like the Confederate flag, your mindset it changes. I don't know too many people like that here in New York City. Not saying it's not racist and bigots here in New York, but they're just different than the ones down south.
Okay. All right.
I just don't see like saying you can run New York, you can run the country. Like, nah, I don't believe that.
I just think that there are so many different people in New York. I mean, and by the way, he must have done something right. He won 3 times.
He did. He changed the laws to run 3 times.
Exactly.
What do you think
That's
about De Blasio? You think De Blasio could?
De Blasio's done.
I know. I'm just asking. What do
quit
you think
already.
about De Blasio?
He's not my guy.
Oh, he's not.
Well, first of all, I don't know him, but I have a big problem with him because I'm a big supporter of charter schools, and he wanted to close them all.
Right.
Mm.
I'm a really big supporter of public charter schools, not private charter schools, but public charter schools. And he didn't go my way. And quite frankly, look, when you look at the city, how do you make up your mind in the city? You're on the streets. You see what's happening on the streets. Are they clean? Are they not clean? Is the traffic bad? Is it good? Is the homeless problem worse? That's how you make up your mind as to whether the city's being run right. I don't think it's being run right.
Okay. Well, tell them when this game's coming out one more time.
27th of November.
27th of November. You are not the father.
Do you fear any backlash from single mothers who don't know who their child's daddy is and thinking you're making a mockery of them with this game?
It's an adult social game. It's not supposed to be played by kids. And secondly, okay, I've always hung my hat on the fact that if I can get 2 parents in a kid's life, they got a better chance of being successful.
Hey, I agree.
Well, thank you, Maury, for joining
Thanks,
us.
guys.
Maury.
DJ, thank you.
It's the
Charlamagne,
Breakfast Club. Good morning.
you're still the god.
I appreciate you more.